Hello, church family and internet friends. I'm Chris McLean, lead pastor at Shady Grove United Methodist Church in Short Pump, Virginia. I am sitting outside on just a little bit of a rainy day and taking some time to just look up. It's one of my favorite things to do is to sit out around big trees. So I always love to have a house where there's some big oaks around, because I love to just look up. I love dappled sunlight. Those are some of the really refreshing things to me. I like to go on a walk in a place where the sun will come through the leaves. Or I like to be in the mountains and look up to that larger picture. I love how the mountains show us that we're just one small part in something really big. And I'm talking about looking up because I think it's something we really need. We need to look up to see that larger frame, and we need to take the time to do it. All around us, I think there's so much for us to look at. We've been looking at social issues together. There is wisdom all around in all the voices surrounding us. And yet, for all of the looking at issues and all the voices around, we find ourselves struggling to hear one another and to synthesize something out of these voices where we feel heard and able to work together. It seems like in church we've been talking about observations of division, and that we see that kind of thing discussed a lot. And we look at division and look at division, and somehow looking at it hasn't made it less of a thing. And I think that's true in a lot of things in life, where we just look at and look at and look at. We look at things and we feel the burden of them, and we begin to carry the weight of them, and we feel responsible for them, and we certainly have a part of the responsibility. But when are we going to back up and look up? There's that saying about not seeing the forest for the trees. And we need to. We need to see our small part, and we need to see the larger whole. And so I invite you to take some time. Do you have margin in your life? You think about on a piece of paper, they have the lines on the side, those vertical lines that you don't write in that space unless you're making special notes off in the margin. But do you have margin in your life, or are you writing up to the very edges of the paper? One of the important spiritual disciplines in life and practice as a Christian is leaving margin. Friends, leave some time to look up, because the more you look at and look at and look at, whatever it is, schoolwork, health, loneliness, relationships, division, conflict, confusion, whatever it is, we'll look at it, and we might even feel the weight, and might feel like there are things we could do, and then the list of what we could do about them, it's not finishable, and we feel too small. And sometimes that feels suffocating. So friends, look up. In Psalm 121, it says, I lift my eyes to the hills. From where will my help come? My help comes in the name of the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Lift your eyes to the hills. Look up to the trees. Take some time. Sit out. Like me, I'm under an umbrella on a rainy day. It's kind of a cool place to be. In a place that reminds me that it's not all up to me. There's something larger at work that I can trust. I can move toward the wholeness God is calling, and I can invite that in others. And in that action, I find a beginning of unity and a deep breath that I can take. This is my prayer for you. Friends, look forward to talking to you again. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Blessings.